Cowboys hiring Vrabel features major Jerry obstacle. We know that Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, on some level, is attracted to the idea of hiring Bill Belichick as his coach in 2025, should Jerry part ways with incumbent coach Mike McCarthy. That is. We also know that Belichick has flirted with the notion as well, privately, through leaks from his minions, and publicly, via flattery of Jones, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and others. But what if that marriage doesn't work? Maybe Belichick's open secret love of the New York Giants, for instance, leads him there. Or maybe getting to be the all-powerful boss of the Jacksonville Jaguars lures him. In that scenario, Cowboys Nation has a reason to wonder about a theoretical next best thing: Belichick protege Mike Vrabel. Vrabel played for Belichick in New England and in 2018 took over in Tennessee, where he led the Titans to 4 straight winning seasons and an AFC championship game, but was fired last season after conflicting with then first-year GM Ran Carthon. Would Vrabel work at the Star? In terms of Dallas needing a tough guy disciplinarian, it makes sense. But what about in terms of what Vrabel wants? New York Jets insider Rich Cimini of ESPN recently noted that many people assume that Vrabel wouldn't even consider the Jets because he's going to call up one of his mentors, Bill Belichick, and ask him his opinion of the Jets, and we know what Belichick is going to say, Cimini reported. And of course, what Belichick will do is trash the Jets, for Cimini, which sounds accurate. But the reporter added, "I've talked to people who know Vrabel, and he has told friends he would consider the Jets as a possibility as long as he likes the GM that they pick. So he says he doesn't care what Belichick thinks. He'll judge the situation based on its own merit." So what does that have to do with Dallas? It sounds like Vrabel, who clashed with Carthon and with Titans GM John Robinson before that, might not to only want to mesh with his next GM, he might even want to have a voice in who that person is. That, of course, would be very Belichickian of Vrabel. And if he harbors that desire, in Dallas, Vrabel might be able to mesh with owner and GM Jerry Jones. He would even be allowed the authority to be a powerful lieutenant here. Contrary to the beliefs of the casuals and the nationals, Jones' head coaches generally have plenty of power. But in Dallas, the coach doesn't pick the GM. The GM picks the GM. And Jerry is the GM. And of course, in his own words, there's nobody that could, expletive, come in here and be a GM any better than I can. The season for the Dallas Cowboys has all but officially fallen off the rails. They've won just 5 of their first 12 games and are only ahead of the hapless New York Giants in the NFC East. Not only has quarterback Dak Prescott been lost for the season due to injury, but the Cowboys also continuing to fight inconsistent performances from their top players. And with so much uncertainty concerning the future of head coach Mike McCarthy, he's receiving an endorsement from one of the Cowboys' key figures. Micah Parsons wants McCarthy to return as head coach next season, as he explained via ESPN. "I would like a fair shot with everyone back, players, coaches, because the injuries kind of struck of what this season could really be," Parsons said. "The injuries have been terrible. And, it really sucks. Seeing Zach Martin, D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence not having the year I know he planned to have. He had such a great start. It really sucks." The Cowboys will next play the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday night. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy is without a contract for next season. Mike McCarthy's future with the Cowboys remains uncertain, as he currently does not have a contract beyond this season. This situation isn't new for the Cowboys, as former head coach Jason Garrett also coached twice in the final year of his contract without an extension. Garrett received a 5-year extension in 2014 but was not retained after the 2019 season. Since taking over the Cowboys, McCarthy has accumulated a regular season record of 47-32, but a 1-3 postseason record. Cowboys team owner and general manager Jerry Jones hasn't given any indication that McCarthy's job is in danger, and pointed to his past record of having fired coaches in mid-season as actions he later regretted. Still, Jones could decide to move in a new direction for the Cowboys, barring a late-season miracle and a push toward the playoffs. Micah Parsons is latest Cowboys star to publicly endorse Mike McCarthy. Dallas Cowboys star Micah Parsons has been quite the optimist amid the team's struggles during the 2024-25 NFL season. Parsons missed time with a high ankle sprain but kept a positive attitude and was one of the first to say he believes the team can still make a deep postseason run while they were on a 5-game losing streak. Now, with the Cowboys on a 2-game winning streak and momentum building for Mike McCarthy to return as head coach in 2025, Parsons has become the latest Dallas star to say the team should run it back with McCarthy on the sideline. Parsons says McCarthy deserves a fair chance to coach a season that isn't marred by injuries. I think I would like a fair shot with everyone back, players, coaches, because the injuries kind of struck of what this season could really be, Parsons said, per Todd Archer of ESPN. The injuries have been terrible, and, it really sucks. Seeing Zach, Martin, D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence not having the year I know he planned to have. He had such a great start. It really sucks. While Parsons shared his thoughts on McCarthy, he made it clear that the decision is ultimately up to Jerry Jones. In terms of coaching, Coach Mike, me and his relationship has always been really good, Parsons added. He always took real good care of me. I just don't know how the business side of it's going to go, Owner and general manager Jerry Jones has his own mindset about who he wants to coach. This is his team. I'm kind of just like a pawn in this business. The Cowboys' string of injuries kept multiple starters and all-pros off of the field. The team entered the season with high hopes, but the injuries led to an early season slump that put the team behind the 8-ball. If Dallas can continue their winning streak and make a push for the postseason, it will be interesting to see if Jerry decides to give McCarthy another shot at leading the team, perhaps on a 1-year deal. If the team flames out, things will be easy for the front office, and they can turn the page on the McCarthy era. Get your popcorn ready. Emotional return of Ferguson could mean major Cowboys change. Dallas Cowboys tight end Luke Schoonmaker struggled to make many inroads in the first year and a half of his career, but the second-year tight end has seen opportunity knock on his door in the last 3 weeks. That had come about due to Jake Ferguson's concussion in the first quarter against the Houston Texans, and that led to Schoonmaker getting increased reps, which he's taken full advantage of. Schoonmaker has had receiving totals of 56, 55, and 33 in Ferguson's absence, with he and Cooper Rush developing a nice connection, much to the delight of head coach Mike McCarthy. I can't tell you how happy I am for Luke, McCarthy said on 105.3 The Fan. I think just like any young player, you just watch these guys prepare and go through the ups and downs of being the young player in this league and go through the